Lease assignment when purchasing a restaurant. What you must confirm when buying an existing restaurant. When purchasing an existing restaurant, the first step is negotiating the purchase price and terms with the seller. Once both parties sign the purchase agreement, the sale is formally complete. However, in the restaurant business, that alone is not enough. The key factor that determines whether the business can actually operate is the lease agreement, which grants the right to use the premises. You must ensure one of the following is included as a condition in the purchase agreement: taking over the existing lease, obtaining a new lease directly from the landlord. Without securing a lease, you may end up owning the restaurant but having no legal right to operate in the space. Review the lease terms before proceeding. Before requesting a lease assignment from the landlord, it may be necessary to have an attorney review the existing lease. If there are no issues, proceed with the assignment. If there are problems, reconsider the purchase. Lease assignments leave almost no room for renegotiation later, so confirming the terms beforehand is essential. Why lease review is sometimes skipped in practice. In real-world transactions, buyers often skip attorney review for two practical reasons. The seller likely used an attorney when obtaining the lease originally. The landlord and tenant have had no major issues in the past. This creates confidence that the lease has already proven itself through years of operation. Still, if you want to minimize risk, having an attorney review the lease is the safer choice. The 3 essential documents required by landlords. When evaluating a lease assignment request, landlords typically rely on 3 documents: financial statement, your financial condition; company profile or resume, business background and experience; bank statement, balance and transaction history. From these documents, landlords assess whether you can reliably pay rent, whether your tenancy will enhance the value of their property. The stronger and clearer these documents are, the smoother the lease assignment process becomes. When negotiating a new lease is possible. If the landlord views you as a strong, desirable tenant, you may have the opportunity to negotiate a new lease. This often means you can secure a long-term lease. Rent may be higher than the current rate. In periods of rising property values, landlords rarely reduce rent. Since they already receive stable income from the existing lease, they have little incentive to offer lower terms. Why lease assignment is usually the easier path. Most commercial leases include an assignment sublease clause, which prevents landlords from rejecting a lease assignment without a legitimate reason. This makes lease assignment far easier than negotiating a brand new lease from scratch. Landlords can reject an assignment only when the buyer has very low net worth. The buyer has no experience or knowledge in restaurant operations. Lease assignment versus sublease. Lease assignment. Full transfer of lease rights. Buyer becomes the primary party responsible to the landlord. Seller's responsibility becomes secondary. Sublease. Partial or full transfer of lease rights. Seller remains primarily responsible to the landlord. Buyer's responsibility is secondary or non-existent. Subleasing a restaurant requires approval from both the seller and the landlord, making future resale extremely difficult. For restaurant acquisitions, always secure the lease through assignment, not sublease. Summary: lease assignment is the core of restaurant acquisition. Securing the lease is the most critical part of buying a restaurant. Include lease assignment or new lease acquisition as a condition in the purchase agreement. The 3 essential documents determine how the landlord evaluates you. New leases may offer long terms but often come with higher rent. Lease assignment is far easier than negotiating a new lease. Subleases create major obstacles when selling the business later. For more videos, please like, share, and subscribe.